What's going on YouTube? Today I got this 2013 bmw528I XDRIVE. Now we're going to be doing a rear brake service on this car, and I'm going to show you how to do it. But the first thing we got to do is we got to set the electric e-brake. We got to put it into the service mode position, and you have to do that with a scan tool, and not necessarily the scan tool, but a scan tool that's equivalent to do this. And most of your scan tools that will scan more than just the engine module are capable of doing this. This scanner was only a couple $100 and it does it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe so I can continue to make videos like this to make your life easier. Let's get started. Now the first thing you want to do is turn the engine on, or the key on, engine off. This has got push button start, so when you see everything light up, we're there. Now we're going to go to BMW. We're going to go down to brake reset. Now, depending on the scan tool you have, it might be laid out a little bit differently. I'm just showing you with this scan tool. But either way, you can't do this brake service. You won't be able to press the pistons back to make room for the new pads until you take it in, or put it into service mode. So let's go to brake reset. I've already done that. Automatic scan. Now we're going to go to brake replacement. And it's just going to tell you how it all works or whatever. Hit OK. Okay, now we're going to go to activate the installation position. Just read over the notes and hit OK. Alright, now we're going to turn actually I'm going to show y'all something else you can do too, because I caught these brakes before they actually dug into the wear indicator, because on one side of these it has an electronic sensor that actually sets off the light on here. But I noticed when we were doing a tire rotation on this thing that the brake pads were about 3 millimeters, and it was very close to hitting that wear sensor, which it didn't. So because it didn't hit that wear sensor, I'm going to reuse that wear sensor too, and that saves the customer a little bit of money, and it saves me a little bit of time to replacing it. Let's go to brake maintenance. Rear brake. Scroll down the rear brake, hit OK. Let's do a software reset. The availability was 37%. F1 for yes. Now what this function is doing is it's actually telling the computer that these brake pads are going to be at 100%. Because when they get at 0%, it might set that light too. But what I'm doing is I'm telling the computer I just replaced the pads, so it shows it at 100%. Now there's a manual way to do this too, if it starts fussing with you, if it won't do a software reset. First time it didn't want to do it. I wonder if it's because I put in maintenance mode. So if it doesn't do it again this time, see, did not execute rear brake line racing. Okay, so it might be doing this because I put it in maintenance mode. So we'll play with this function again after we replace the brakes and we put it back into regular mode, I mean taking it out of service mode. So let's turn the key off for now so we don't kill the battery, and let's get started on this brake job. Now I've already done the right rear. Y'all know when you watch my videos that I'll show you how to do one side just to get you started, because usually the other side, especially on brakes, is going to be almost exactly the same way, except for this right rear, because it has the wear sensor on this side. So I'm just going to give you a brief tutorial on what I was talking about when we were inside the car. If you notice this little wear sensor right here, now when these pads get really worn to the point where they're almost scrubbing, it'll rub into that sensor. If you just wiggle it and pull it out, this one didn't get penetrated. So if you do have to replace it, you got to route this wire all the way up to this little box right here, and these various grommets secure it so they don't rub. But we didn't have to do that this time, so I just wanted to show you all that real quick. Just pop that back in just like that, and you can go another round with that sensor and save another $20 or $30 on a sensor you don't need. So let's get started on this side, fellas. Yeah, my headlamp decided to die on me, so I'm going to try to give y'all as much light as possible, because it's very, very overcast today. Maybe that's a good spot right there. Alright, let's pull our sleeves up. Gotta get some gloves here. I like clean fingernails. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is push this piston back. And on this, I'm going to show you a trick to where you don't have to have a piston tool. You just take a screwdriver. You should be able to stick it in there and work that piston back. Let's see something. It's almost acting like it's not in service mode. I know it is. I heard the actuators back here. Let's see if I can take this caliper off. It's a 13 millimeter. Now if that happens to you, if the slide starts spinning, just take your pair of vice grips and just clamp it to that slide. Going counterclockwise, of course. Let's see if this caliper will come off. right. Let's see if that piston will push back with this tool, because normally you can pry it back with a screwdriver like I was trying to show y'all. Yeah, it's not. That's weird. Well, you know how it goes. Anytime I make a video. So we're going to put that back on there, because you don't want that piston exposed, because it could wind all the way out. And if that happens, it's not going to be a good day. So let's lower this back down and try it again. It never fails when I'm making a video. Cars like to mess with me, because I already did the right rear and I took it out of service mode so I can show y'all how to put it into service mode. And it didn't do this to me when I did this side, but like I said, as soon as I do a video, it's going to make me look stupid. But that's just the way it is. Cars have them on their own, and the automotive gods like to mess with you when you're a technician, even if you've been doing it for over 20 years. Let's climb back up in here. Oh, the rain's coming down. It's a wet, wintry day. Floor mat down. Alright, let's turn this key back on. Gotta love BMWs, German cars. If any car is going to mess with you, it's going to be a German car. So, let's go back to brake replacement. You know, I'm actually going to back all the way out of here. Let's just start over. Let me see something. I can feel the e-brake working, so that means it's not in service mode, because this would not work. I wonder why it didn't go into service mode. That's weird. It didn't show me two options before that I remember. Okay, automatic select. What did I do wrong here? I must have hit something wrong. But that's why I do these videos, because even when I mess up, I like to do these videos to show y'all without doing any editing, just the trials and tribulations of being a technician, even if you've been doing it as long as I have. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, brake replacement. Okay. Okay, activate the installation process. Okay, let's try this again. before I raise the car up. There it goes. Alright, now this car wants to make me look stupid. But that's okay. I've been doing this for 25 years. I'm smarter than you, car. And it's another reason why I like to do videos, because you do-it-yourselfers or anybody to get new into this field, you watch my videos, you're gonna see things that I make mistakes on to help you not make mistakes. Alright, now stick your screwdriver in there. Notice it's pushing back. Alright, now we can finish this video. Take your caliper off. Just let it kind of hang right there. It'll be okay. It's not going to hurt nothing. Pull your old pads out. Now, I didn't show you this on the other side. This is crucial. If you look at these new pads, they're different. Notice how the shim on this one covers up that part right there. Well, that's because that protects that sensor. The sensor goes on this one, meaning this one faces on the inside. So you can click the sensor into it. This side doesn't have a sensor, but on the other side, you got to put that on the inside, and vice versa, because this has a hump on it and the caliper won't see right. So we can go and discard those. I know everything's right because I've already done one side. And these bolts on the back on your bracket, 18 millimeter, loose. All right. Now bolts, both those are the same bolts. Doesn't matter what position they go in. Go ahead and switch that to the other direction. All right, now we're going to use a 6 millimeter Allen head to take off this rotor hold down screw, just like that. But hold the rotor when you take that out so it doesn't fall on your foot. Or you can put a lug nut in there, a lug stud if you want to. Now, always make sure you match your parts up. I'm pretty sure I tell you all that in every video. I've already done that because I actually got the wrong rotors earlier. Everything looked the same, but they were just a little bit too thick. And I couldn't get the caliper bracket to go over. That's why we check our parts. Because these especially these German cars, BMW, Mercedes, they always have like 2 or 3 options on rotors, depending on what model it is, sport model or whatever, etc. The rotors will be a little thicker, sometimes a little taller, vented, non-vented. Put our bracket back on. Always hand start the bolts. I know I say that too much, but strip threads make for a bad day and turn an easy job into a nightmare. Alright, give it a little extra oomph. Alright, now the brake pads. See how fast this is whenever you have all the right tools and someone helping you like me, that I enjoy doing. Which I would have done this, I wish I would have done this years ago. I've been doing this for a long time. You know, YouTube's been around for a while. I kicked myself in the butt for not starting a channel years ago, because maybe I'd be a little bigger by now. And when I was younger, because I don't know how many more years I have doing this. I'm 43 now, so, and my knees and back ain't getting any better, but I'm gonna do this channel as long as I can until I just can't do it no more. All right, hand start your bolts. Now, 13. Go ahead and grab those vice grips because I know it's gonna want to mess with me. That's a good sign though. The slides should spin. They don't spin, at least a little bit. That means they're dry, and you need to take care of that. Just by pulling the boot out and greasing it up, sliding it back in, or the slide pin that's in the boot. Okay, we got that all done. Everything's tight. So the rotor spins. Let's get these tools out of the way so when I open the door, they don't hit. And we're going to take it out of service mode, and I'm going to try to reset that brake pad wear percentage too after I take it out of service mode. Make sure your wheels out of the way. Yeah, and I want to show y'all real quick this little box up here. It's got little clips on it. Shine a light on there because I know I didn't do the side with the wear indicator, but I showed you how to pop it out, and you got to route it through all these little holes and grommets all the way up to here, but inside this little box is where it's at. You just pop these things out. Of course, one of these is your ABS sensor. So let's go up to, you want to trace the wire, and it's going to be this one right here. Pop her out. That'd be a little screwdriver or a pick, because BMW connectors never want to cooperate. Just pop up on that clip, pull it out just like that. Make sure it plugs back in. You hear the click, the magic click. Slide it back in that little box. Close your little door till it clicks. Make sure your wires are tucked away and not rubbing nothing. Just like that. Alright, let's finish this job. And if my scan tool is not successful in resetting the wear percentage, then I'm not going to sweat it. Sometimes my scan tool says it'll do something and it don't. Maybe your scan tool won't do that to you, but like I said, when I do videos, cars like to mess with me, and that's just Murphy's Law. So let's get back in here. Take these greasy gloves off so I'm not touching the customer's upholstery. Alright, now we're going to turn the key back on. Engine off. Hit OK. Switch on ignition. Hit OK, deactivate the installation. Okay. Says set the parking brake. Release the parking brake. There it goes. Let's see how it's lighting up now. And put your foot on the brake pedal. Push the button, you'll feel the pedal kick up. Press up, you'll feel it go down. Down is activated, up is deactivated. Notice the light on the dash goes in and out. So up is activated, down is deactivated. Now, if this was not out of installation mode, or yeah, if this car was not out of installation mode, meaning that it was still in maintenance mode, that light would not light up, nor would the light on the button. So we're successful in taking it out of maintenance mode. So now I'm going to try Let's try to brake maintenance thing again. See if I can get it to reset the percentage on the pads. Rear brakes. Software reset. Huh. That's funny. See how it says 100% before? I know y'all saw before it said, like, I want to say 37%. So maybe it just noticed that I tried to do it before, and once I took it out of maintenance mode, maybe the computer saw that I tried doing it before and it went ahead and reset it for me. That's the only thing I can think of, but I'm not going to think too hard about it. Anyways, I hope this video has been informative. Put your wheels back on, torque your lug nuts down. This one I want to say is, let's see the torque on the specs. If you like to torque your lug nuts, if you don't like to torque your lug nuts, just tighten them real good by hand and a nice long breaker bar. And let's see, I'm not really seeing the torque specs on here, but I'm pretty sure it's 97 on this one, but it won't hurt to put it to 100. A few more foot-pounds ain't gonna hurt nothing. Anyways, enough talk. I hope y'all have a good day, have a good weekend. Please subscribe, please check like down below. Peace out, YouTube.